There we go. Okay, and we're now live recording. So you're going to check in. What is your body telling you? And for those who just joined us on the recording, these classes are being live via Zoom. If you go to inbodyacademy.com and to their schedule, you can enter yourself for a full month for I think $29 and get any of those online classes, which there are many of. So just want to give a shout out there. We just start with a simple breathing. In and out through the nose, let it flow. And just assess where you're at today. Is there high anxiety? Are you even keel? Or is there some depression going on? Your surroundings are going to make a difference. And what's most prevalent and on your mind during the day is also going to contribute to that. So if we can sit back, breathe, and just for a moment, ask yourself, ourselves, how do I feel? Right? Am I feeling lethargic? Am I feeling hyperactive or hypervigilant? Very different. And I'm going to take you through two breathing patterns right here at the beginning. The first one is called Bhastrika. It's in through the nose and out through the nose. If you have sinus issues, you may want to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. But it's a forced breath. So we'd take it at 10 repetitions. We'll do that 3 times. So we'll take the arms up on an inhale. On the exhale, you're just going to pull the elbows down and exhale through the nose, or ha, with a ha. I'm going to say it with a ha so that you'll know, you can hear the rhythm. So here we go. Ha, 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 ha. 2 more. Ha. 1 more. Ha. Bring the arms up, inhale, and hold at the top. Exhale, palms together, and bring your hands to the heart. We'll take 1 breath in between, and then we'll repeat that 2 more times. And notice what comes up for you, how your body feels before and after. Here we go, second round. Ha, 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 ha. And 10. Bring the arms up, inhale, hold at the top. And exhale, palms together, hands to your heart. Now, if you have hypertension, would do this a little more gently and without holding the breath. If you're pregnant, also, I don't want the ha, I just want the in and out through the nose and slower. Okay, so 3rd round. Ha, 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 ha. 1 more. Ha. Exhale all the air out, and then when you take a breath in, you're going to reach the arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, and hold the breath. Not long, maybe 10 seconds. And then bring the hands to your heart center as you exhale and pause. Just want to feel the energy shift. Okay, this is from lethargy into a more upbeat vibe. And then at the end of class, I'll take you through what's called square breath, which brings you a little bit back to even keel. So with that, we'll just move through class. We're going to rock forward and back Get a sense of where you are in space, and also a sensitivity around the spine and the ease and the flow with which you're moving. So this rocking forward is an inhale, rocking back is an exhale. Through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Like you're blowing a straw. A couple more times. One more. Breathe in. And exhale, pause. Switch the legs. And if you want to take your legs out, if that's more comfortable for you, permission granted. Anything that helps you be able to be more present. So if you want to take your legs out, great. We will in a moment anyway. But if we're just crossing the opposite leg forward, also the invitation is for you to really listen in to your own body. A 3-part breath. So we'll do this with a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly. And just take a normal breath in, normal breath out. And a 3-part breath begins in the belly. So as you breathe in, you start to feel this expansion in the belly. That's going to rise up to the expansion in the ribs, and then rise up to the expansion in the heart. And then we'll exhale in the opposite direction, chest, ribs, belly. So you'll feel the contraction essentially. So one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Begin with your inhaling. You're going to feel the flotation device like blowing up. It's like your rubber raft is inflating, and then exhale it out very slow. So this is a chance to monitor your breath. Very even flow. Inhale and exhale. Sometimes called complete breath or 3-part breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, chest, front and back, ribs, side, front, back, belly. Inhale, belly. And begin to expand like a balloon. Ribs, sides, front, back, chest. Get it all the way up to the armpit, clavicle. Full, 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 full. And then exhale. Let's take 2 more of those. Really concentrating the effort on being effortless in the breath. About a 10 count inhale, and similarly, maybe not quite as long exhale, but 8 to 10 count exhale. One more. Three-part breath or connection breath. And then take both hands to the heart. A place to monitor and be aware of how we're flowing to and from the heart. And maybe there's so much wall around the heart that it's hard to peek in. It's okay. Compassion for oneself and what you're feeling can be very helpful here. And I'll take the hands and extend overhead. And an earth and sky, and then we'll bring the thumbs to the forehead, the lips, and the heart center again. Diamond shape over the belly. Reach the arms out. Inhale, gathering in energy, palms together, to the forehead, chin or lips, and the heart. Keep that moving in. We're tracing a pattern through the energy centers, the chakra centers. 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, Anahata, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and all the way into the earth, and soaking up all the earth's energy, that groundedness, bringing it right through the crown of the head, our intelligent self, pausing there, and imagining that all of universal intelligence is at our fingertips. One more. Everything you need is already inside you. If that were a belief thought, you know, what could happen? What is possible? Just take the arms all the way out and bring your right hand to your left shoulder. So the left hand just relaxes. Right hand to left shoulder, and then turn just your head to the right. And if you'd like, you can move the head possibly in a little rotation so it looks more like a tilt, or keep the chin turning towards the shoulder. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then gently roll the chin to the chest and bring it back to center. Lifting through the heart and sternum, lift the chin. Exhale, drop the chin. A little rounding in the back. Cat-cow. Maybe one more time here. And then we'll repeat the twist or the turn of the head the opposite direction. So taking your left hand to the right shoulder, and we remain open to the front and just turn the head as far as it will go comfortably. And then in a little experiment, so whatever you tune into that feels good for you in this moment. I like to rotate the head a little bit, so I'm looking forward more than to the side. This is feeling better to me. And 2 more breaths here. Stay connected and grounded into the earth, connected and grounded with the breath. The second you notice your breath starting to leave you, let's bring that attention there again, your awareness, and then lift the head back to center, take both arms down. And then we'll bring right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder, and twist all the way to the right. My eye gaze is looking ahead at where I'm twisting. So out of the corner of my eye, I can see the back wall. And just take a breath or 2. And then slowly return back to center. Wiggle, let's take a shoulder roll here, forward, up, back, and down. This is a reset for our brains, our mind, that might be going a million miles an hour. If you've been on Zoom all day, meetings, or watching the news, we want to shut that off. Okay, we want to get a sense of being grounded in the present moment. So this time, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder, and we'll twist in the opposite direction. Again, so my eyes begin the movement, the head, the shoulders, and the waist. So I'm leading with the eyeballs. Big breath in, big breath out. Try to remain upright, even though your arms aren't supporting you. You have a lot of internal contraction through the belly that's helping to support. It's like a girdle. And then return your focus back to center, release the arms. And again, a shoulder roll. Forward, up, back, and down. And one more time. Bring the thumb, pinky, and ring finger together so you have peace fingers. And then charge or plug into the floor. Grounding cord to the earth. Earth mudra. Breathing in, breathing out. And then spin right hand or left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind. And we'll take a full twist with support. Release back to center. Plugging in again, lift up through the spine. This also is very supportive stance because we've got, something very strong outward, keeping us afloat, our arms. And twist to the left. Full breath in, full breath out. And gently return to center with, again, a little plugging in. And then we'll raise the arms shoulder height. If you'd like, bring your fingers to your shoulder, inside the shoulder here. If it's more comfortable, you might try just a goalpost. We're going to turn to the right on an inhale and to the left on an exhale. So this is a motor action, and my obliques are working. So I tighten one side to twist, and then I finish it off with the other side, wrapping around maybe. See if you can feel that connection right in your core, taking you from right to left. Inhale, exhale. At your own pace. I like a little quick pace on this, but you decide. You could be going half the speed, and it might have a little different effect, but one that's maybe more appropriate and more effective for you at this moment. Let's take it 8 more times. 7. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, 1, and pause. Take a moment to just roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. And then we'll do that heart pulse one more time. Hands to your shoulders. Twist left and right. Inhale, exhale. Put down, but the inhale is left, exhale is right. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Your head could remain neutral here. 2 and 1, especially if this makes you a little dizzy. Slow it down and or take the head in a neutral, so you're just looking straight on. And then again, release. And we're going to take the legs out in front. I'll turn to the side. Just give them a little shake, maybe a side to side with the feet, and then a circle through the ankle and knee. Reverse that action. Just felt a little rumble, and I think maybe I might check to see if it's an aftershock, but could be the wind. So ankles rotating, knees rotating, but and we never know because we've had some earthquakes. So just checking that out. Very, very small. Again, shake that out. And then we'll take this into a Janu Shirshasana. Let me spin all the way around. So my right knee is going to come in to the left thigh with or without, support. It could be a block. It could also be a blanket or a soft pillow. I like the pillow option. And then we'll just face the kitty corner slightly. Take your right palm behind the hip here, just out a few paces, and then extend the left arm up and over. Pause. Big breath in, big breath out. If you find your left hip is lifting up at all, anchor it back down. So there's some grounding and support that allows the body to have more openness as you stretch and extend through the fingers. And then we'll bring it back to center, the arms extended. And wherever your left hand drops onto the shin, that's a great place for it to be. If you'd like, you could stretch the right arm overhead. It could also stay at the waist or on the floor. And the left hand could walk down the shin to the foot. And if you want to reach for the toe, inhale, expand through the whole side body. Exhale, deepen the posture in whatever way feels appropriate to you. Janu Shirshasana, and we're doing this in a side flexion form. So Parsva, side, Janu Shirshasana, head to knee or head towards knee. And come back up. Legs all the way out front again. So we kickstand with the hands. Give us a nice, steady, strong spine. Take the legs out again, maybe ankle rotations. Maybe this time we keep the legs and knees still and just really work the ankle. Feels super good. And we'll take the other side. So you'll pick up your left knee, bring the foot inside the leg. I'm going to shift slightly. So I'm facing more the diagonal. Left hand comes behind the hip, out a few inches, and then begin to side bend, raising the right arm. And watch that the hip doesn't roll up, but we keep pressing down through the thigh bone. This is your anchor, your grounding cord here. It feels really good for the back of the leg to be firm against the mat. And then we have something to stretch away from. Come back to center. Right hand to right shin, left arm to the sky. You can see I'm quite vertical, as you want, or as it feels good to you. You can start to take that into a side flexion. So the right hand might make it all the way to the toe or outside the foot. And then you have a little stronger soundboard. Left arm coming up and over, or possibly to the waist. And the opportunity here is to really open up the side body. And then come back to center. Readdress both legs coming straight out. Shake it. Point and flex. So we're in Dandasana or staff pose. Point the feet, flex. Point and flex, full range of motion here through the ankles. And then we'll take it into a forward fold. Now this forward fold here, I would suggest a block between the shins, and then you're going to squeeze the block. We'll take the hands till you feel the sacrum come in and up, even if it's just a tiny bit. And then the invitation is to lean forward. And the hands walking down the shin. Again, if you can reach the toes, or if you want to reach the toes, it's an opportunity to draw the head of the arm bone back to the shoulder. Really extend the sit bones back. And release into that forward fold. So the block is here for my forehead to rest all the way into the block. Even might bring my hands around the outside edge of the foot. You could alternatively stack blocks so that you might be a little higher, or stack fists. At any rate, try this option of resting the head versus it hanging over here. This is harder on your back and it innervates the nervous system. When you can release the forehead and let it rest, there's just a big difference. So you want to make this more soothing, restorative for the body. Full, deep, long breath in and out. This is a class to really be luxurious and really feel like you're coming into your body and feeling every single aspect of it, every part, the back of the ankles, the back of the calves. In fact, let's just give a little pat to the top of the legs, the knees, the thighs, the arms, shoulders, crown of the head. And tapping the head for a moment, let's just pause here in Dandasana and take your hands, the tips of the fingers, and just give your head a tap. We're going to go around in circles. Tap, tap, tap. To the base of the skull, around the ears, to the forehead, and then to the temples, under the eye, the cheekbone. One hand to under the nose, one hand under the lips, down the jawline to the clavicle, tapping across the clavicle. You might hear that on my mic. And then take a slight, really soft fist, and you're just going to pound the left hand to the right shoulder. And all around. And then right hand to left shoulder. Easy pounding. And then those little fists again. Very softly pat the ribs and the sacral area from your solar plexus down to the navel. And just right around there. Now, you do have to contract your belly a little bit. If you're loose here, that's why we're sitting in Dandasana, because you have to use your abs. It's going to be really tender. If you relax in the belly, that doesn't feel good. So tighten the belly and then give a little, like Tarzan pulse. Don't beat your chest, but just a little tap, okay? And then release that. Take the arms out again. In our peace symbol, earth plug-in. Palms to the mat. Lift your right arm up and over to the left side. Big side stretch. Keep the stack of the spine. Fingers spread wide. And then push into the floor. Elevate the torso. Switch to the other side. Right palm to the mat. Left arm coming all the way up and over. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then come back to center. Bring the knees in here for a moment. And rock, if it's safe for you to do so, we're going to rock back and forth. And then, or just come to downward facing dog. The would look like this. I'll drop back and kind of pulse my feet like I'm in a swing set, swinging the legs back and forward. If this is not pleasant for your spine, skip it. Cross the feet, plant the hands, and step all the way back into a downward facing dog. Our first one of the evening, we'll do a little more floor for the hips and hamstrings. So for right now, take a little bend in the knee, hike the hips way back, ribs towards the thighs, and then raise the hips as you straighten the leg, come forward slightly into that push-up, and then bend the knees and go all the way back. So my hips are circling, just taking a circle, and the knees are bent, and then they straighten, and then my torso is going forward and back, and that's a circular motion. If you look at my hips, they are drawing a circle. Now we're going to reverse the action. The hips going in the opposite direction. And pause here at the back with a little springboard in the knee. Jump the feet towards your hands halfway and take the feet wide. We're going to extend the fingers to the mat and shift the hips way back into the heels. Lifting the toes, shift the hips way back, weight into the heels is what I meant to say. Toes lifted. Hold. You feel that nice elongation through the spine. Yeah, this is great prep for tomorrow morning. If you want to join me tomorrow morning, we'll have a much a livelier class. Arm balancing for sure, but I don't want to take you there this evening. But tomorrow's class, yes, we will get some excitement going. Okay, come back into that forward fold, bend the knees, bring the elbows to the knees, and lift the heart just barely above the head above the heart. And you take the hands and roll up so we don't pass out. We're coming up slowly, arms overhead, full vessel mudra. Exhale, arms back down, earth and sky. Inhale again, arms overhead. And exhale, back down to your side. Bending the knees this time, bring your palms together in front. And as you take the arms out halfway, you're going to extend the right leg back, left leg. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, right leg back. Exhale, bend. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, right leg. Again. Really squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back. As you open the palms, extend the leg all the way up. So we're charging the hamstring. One more time. Left and then right. And then bring it to center at the start of your mat. Reach the arms overhead, bent knee. Utkatasana. Seated. Powerful pose. Come up onto the balls of the feet and switch the arm position so it's putting back. A little balance action here for the toes, if you'd like. So you can attempt to bring the heels off the ground, hold. That's a little bit difficult, yes. Spread the toes wide and then lower the heels, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring it back, lift the heels. Inhale, heels down, arms up. Exhale, heels up, arms back. One more, float the arms overhead. Exhale here. Inhale, heels down, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg back, giant step, and we come into a low lunge. Bring your right hand inside the right leg and lift the back knee off the ground. We're going to pulse it forward and back. So a little more opening through the hip, deeper, longer stretches here. Not a yin practice. This is more a practice for, you know, stiffer bodies, athletes, and non-workouts alike. Like wherever your body is stiff, that's what we're doing. Now walk your foot out just a little bit. Bring your back knee to the floor. And we'll lower it down if you'd like. Okay, so you could try left arm to the floor. Right hand stays elevated, or right hand comes down and we're in prayer position with the right leg coming off, and then open that knee quite a bit to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. And then come back onto the hands. We'll keep them inside the right leg. Lift the back knee and then straighten the front leg. That will be an inhale. On your exhale, you'll come back into a low lunge. Inhale here, straightening the leg. Exhale, pull the heel back, charge the heart forward. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last time, straighten the leg. Spin the back heel to the floor. Walk the hands at a diagonal and bend your right knee. We're going to walk it out into a more lunge. I guess you would call this a downward facing dog crossed with a warrior. And bring the arms, hands back to center, forearm to the thigh. We're still bent in the right leg, left arm coming over, and then lift all the way into a warrior two. So hopefully we caught that, right? Reverse the warrior. And then bring both hands to the floor. Step your right leg all the way back into downward facing dog. And we'll pedal the feet. Yeah, so the hips, it might be quite tight. We're going to take this on the other side. Left leg steps forward. We bring the hands inside the left foot. Keep the back knee elevated, and then a little pulse. We'll just shift the toe forward and back, forward and back. A little pulsation here. Two more. One more. Gently bring the back knee to the floor. I often use a blanket under the knee or a pillow. If the ground is hard, you might want to use that. I'm going to walk my right foot out, and I'm going to drop the knee out to the side as well. Okay. Pulse myself back a little bit. Right elbow to the floor, possibly the left, or you could keep both hands on the earth. You could stay in a little higher. Hands could be on blocks. We have so many choices. Pick one that's challenging, yet keeps you safe. Challenging, yet you can still breathe in. Challenging, maybe at your edge, You can, if you concentrate on the breath, you can ease into it a little deeper. Okay, there's that fine line. You want to just walk it so fine and find that balance. Bring the hands back to the floor. They're still inside the left foot. You're going to bring the back knee off the ground and then straighten the front leg. So I'm making a wide, pretty wide pyramid pose here because I'm going to go right back into a low lunge. Exhale, inhale into a pyramid, straightening the front leg. Exhale into a low lunge, bending the front knee. And again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Twice more. One more. And step it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, bring your left leg forward. We're going to spin the back heel to the floor. Walk your hands to the diagonal and a downward facing warrior 2. And from here, walk your hands back to center. All 10 toes facing front now. And this is where it's really helpful to have some blocks. So if you've got blocks, or I'll just show you with a water bottle, because you can really use just about anything if it's tall enough. If I just have a water bottle, even though it's small, I've got my hands placed on either side, and I can straighten my legs and have a flat back. And that's what we're looking for, a tabletop here. Then as we take the chest closer towards the floor, the head towards the block or whatever you have in front of you, we really just start to really get a deeper stretch in the inner thigh, the hamstring, yeah, all down the back side of the leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, lift halfway. You're going to turn the toes out, bend your right knee, take the elbow to the knee, and just shift. So I'm making a really deep, sort of a ninja style. It's called Skandasana, which I love the name of that. It sounds like a ninja warrior. And then we'll walk the hands the other direction, bending the left knee. The right toes point up. I'm digging the heel in. I'm also reminding my left knee to be over my toes, not drop in. So I'm really pushing it with my elbow. Let's try that to the right again. The knees are wide because the feet are wide. So the knees are going right in the direction of your second, third toe. So be aware of that. Ankle or heel on the floor for the most part, okay, if possible. Which means your hips have to really move back quite a bit. And sometimes we're used to going forward and bending right in the knee. That's really not helpful. It might create some pain or injury. So watch that very closely. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Heels in, toes out, and come right into goddess pose. Hands to the knees. Drop your left shoulder in. Bend your right elbow and just take it a little deeper. Breathe in, breathe out. And then switch to the other side. And we'll take this stance with Garuda, eagle arms. So straightening the legs, give your hips a little shake out. Bring the arms wide. So I'm not necessarily, my feet aren't as wide as my wrists at this point because we're going to go back into goddess pose. Okay, so you want them just slightly turned out. And right arm comes over the left. Give yourself a hug. So this might be where you want to stay. Or you have the option of bringing the palms together. Bend the knees. Now lift the elbows just above the shoulder. And then start to take your forearms forward. And drop the chin towards the chest. Hold 3. 2, very strong stance with the legs. Squeeze and hug the inner thighs. Pushing the floor into the floor. 1. And we're not going to let go yet, but you are going to raise the head. Drop the elbows down. Keeping the arms pressing. And then around the head, neck, and shoulders. Inward. Legs remain super strong. And we just get a different stretch here. Hold 3. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 2. Maybe go a little deeper with the legs. And 1. And then rise back up. Straighten the legs. Uncross. So right arm is on the top. We'll take the arms wide. Twist the palms open. Exhale, take the left arm on top. Give yourself a good hug. You can even walk the fingers back. If you'll notice, my elbows are crossed. They're not, this is not crossed. Elbows are crossing. Then I have the ability to bring the forearms vertical and wrap the hands. Okay, if they're right here, that's a great place to be too. Bend the knees, lift the elbows a little higher than shoulder height, and extend the arms out. Drop the chin to the chest and open the whole side. Hold 3. Hold 2. 1. The chin lifts. We're going to keep the arms in this position, but just bow forward. And round chin to chest. Hold 3 here. A little deeper bend in the knee. 2. And 1. If there's any pinching or pain in the shoulder, if you've got rotator cuff issues, just lessen the grip. Don't make this painful, right? Yeah, make it accessible. Let's unwind. Take the arms out again. Turn the heels out once again. And we'll repeat that forward fold. This time the hands coming outside the ankles and drop down all the way to towards the floor. And hold. Good, and lift back to center, walk the hands out. We're gonna walk the feet to the back edge of your mat, turn the toes out, and then bend the knees wide and come to the floor. This will be very uncomfortable, all right? If you're uncomfortable and awkward, you're probably doing it correctly. Bring your forearms to the floor. I'm gonna probably just jump right out of the picture. This is frog pose. My knees are wide, my ankles and inner edge of the foot are on the ground. And if you've got a hard surface, put some extra padding there. Then we want to start taking the hips back. So this opens up the hip socket, the joint, right? We're not pushing, we're not forcing, we're breathing. We're just looking at the range of motion here, right? If you feel compression or bone on bone, that's your cue to back off a little bit. If it's tension, like, okay, my muscles are really tight and they're getting a pretty big stretch, go to the place of slight discomfort and breathe. See if you can hold it for a couple of breaths. We're here for about 5 to 10 breaths. That might be already 7, so maybe 3 more. Just depends on how fast you're breathing or how slowly you're breathing. I want you to slow it down. 1, Now, as we come out of this posture, we're going to come out the same way you came in. So release the hips forward slightly. Bring your hands back to the earth. So I'm lifting the torso. I'm going to turn the toes under. So my heels are lifted and pushing down with my arms. Lift the knees. Yep, or any other way that you feel like you can come out of that posture. I'm going to walk the hands over to the left side. And at long last, bring my feet together and my hips together and give a little pedal. Yeah. So our floor flow doesn't necessarily mean it's simple, maybe not easy. So let's finish this off, coming all the way to the floor, grounding on the belly. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and rest. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's actually stretch the arms overhead. Danda Pranam. So the feet are pointing back, the arms are pointing overhead, palms together. Forehead to the mat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then I'll bend the elbows and bring the palms towards the back of the neck. And I'm just going to chant here in an offering. Namaste, 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 namo, namaha. Namaste, 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 namo, namaha. Which is to say, I offer up all that I have and give into the fire of love, joy, peace, whatever it is that you're collecting or intentionalizing for your life today. It's just making an offering. That's what life is. And that can bring more ease and joy into our life. And bring your arms down to the sides. Forehead again to the floor. Pick up just the right leg. And let's sweep the left arm around and reach it up as well. Exhale, return to center. I don't have a lot of space to spin the arm, but essentially we're going to take a circle. Right arm lifts now, left leg. And exhale back to center. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, center. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, exhale, back down. Let's go. Right leg. Now hold this. Left arm comes out. Lift the torso. Take your right leg out to the side. So the right hand on the right leg. Bring it back to center. Charge the inner thigh. Hug the center line. And then release it to the floor. We'll repeat that on the opposite side. Right arm comes around. Left leg elevates. Left hand to left thigh. Exhale, squeeze and hug to side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time each side. So left arm comes overhead. Right leg lifts. Inhale. Widen the space here. Exhale, squeeze to center line. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, lower. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, lift. Hold. Inhale, open. Just the leg. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, all the way back down. Both arms, both legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, widen the legs and the arms. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, arms and legs. Definitely takes a little energy. Widen. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, close the gap. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Shake the hips side to side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then from here, we'll just flip like a pancake onto your back. I have to flip myself this way so I can check the time. Bring your knees into the chest. Once you find that comfortable lying down position, all the way back, releasing knees to chest. Inhale, circle the knees. I'm giggling. I hear my back just release into place. Let's go the opposite direction. So that's happy news since I'm not seeing the chiropractor at the moment. Then bring your arms out in goal pose and just drop the knees over to the right side. You can play gently with bringing a hand on the knee and slowly rolling your head side to side. Easy spinal twist. What a nice way to end a beautiful practice. Come back to center. And let's switch to the other side. Knees to the left, arms or look to the right. Nice, soft, gentle coaxing of the knee if you want. You should be able to relax the feet to the floor. Relax the eyes. Roll the head side to side. And then gently come back to center. Hug the knees again into the chest. Let's take a form of Shavasana. I'll show you two forms. One that I really like is to bring the soles of the feet together and then the knees wide. If you're in this form, you need support underneath the thighs. Okay, hang out here. If you do not have support, don't come into this pose. I'm going to use blocks. So I'll slide my blocks underneath a diagonal right into the crease of the knee, and then they're supported and the arms come out. It's just called Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta meaning back lying, and then feet together. Or you can extend the feet all the way out. So our regular Shavasana is just bringing the legs to the earth and the arms out. And our 4 alignment principles here in Shavasana are this: still. So we're releasing and relaxing, surrendering to the earth. That's a stillness in the body. Quiet. 2. Quiet the mind. If it's chattering, let it run out of the mind. Don't run away with the chatter. Make yourself warm. The blanket or the temperature, just making it just right. Put a sweater on. Warm. I want to make this very wholly receptive and much more restorative. And number 4 is dark. So the dark would be just to cover the eyes and making it dark, or turning the lights out. Any of those possibilities. I like to place my hands just on the belly. I'm going to take a minute or 2 here. Shavasana. Deep releasing and relaxing. Again, tuning into your body, your awareness of where are the tight spots? Where are the stuck spots? Where am I still holding tension? And if you can, let the tension go. From the head to the ears, forehead, cheekbones, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the torso, to the thighs, the shins, and all the way out through the feet. Release and relax fully, wholly. Not skipping any part of your whole self. Reside in that deep relaxation. In breaths. Start to gently and intuitively curl to a ball and roll into one side in fetal position. Pause there for a moment. Give yourself a thanks, an acknowledgement of gratitude in whatever shape, form you came and showed up on your mat today. I am so grateful for this evening, this breath practice, this feeling of more openness and more alive and more present in my own body. Grateful for my arms, my head, my shoulders, all aspects of my body, even those aspects that may be painful, because my body is talking to me and I'm listening. And to a seated position, rise, bring the hands to your heart center. Bow to the heart, an acknowledgement again. And I thank each of you to bringing your soul beauty, your practice, and doing the hard stuff, essentially. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. So we'll stay and chat on the Zoom if you'd like. For those who are on the Zoom, thank you for joining us live on Facebook as well. And thank you for joining us on YouTube, for those who are watching it after the fact.